What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Oh boy, the news just doesn't stop on One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan. You know, the anniversary celebration, it's doing quite well. The game hit top grossing, which obviously congratulations to the One Piece Treasure Cruise community for doing that. That is absolutely wicked. Really happy to see that was that was a thing, you know, during the anniversary. That's awesome to see. So good that the game is still, you know, getting a lot of love and support. Fantastic. Now, saying that, the celebration of the Sugo Fest I think has gone over quite well with the players. I think most players are quite comfortable with the characters that released, with the Snake Man, the Blackbeard, the Katakuri. Not too many people were fans of that Sabo, and I can definitely understand why. I talked about it extensively already. But Vjump happened. Dude, I can't believe this. This is so absurd. So, it was actually kind of funny because literally right before this news dropped, I was talking about it in a Discord server saying, oh, wouldn't it be funny if they released Legend Kid right after the anniversary? They did. They're gonna do it. So massive shout out to @DBHypeX on Twitter for posting this. You can see the image right there. We'll bring it up in bigger detail right here. Obviously, we got the Bounty Rush stuff. No one really cares about Bounty Rush. Look at this. Just get this into your system, guys. We have a Sugo Fest exclusive Hawkins and a Sugo Fest exclusive Eustace Kid. Both of these characters are going to be debuting, it looks like, on the 23rd of May until the 6th of June. This is absolutely crazy. Now, I think a lot of the JP players are going to be upset about this, because Legend Kid has been one of the most hyped up characters to come eventually to Treasure Cruise at some point. One thing I do note that it definitely looks like the time skip artwork for Kid. Yeah, he's got like the scarring and stuff. This is definitely Time Skip Kid, and this is obviously Time Skip Hawkins. It does mention down here as well that it's celebrating Wano Kuni once again. So it's awesome that we're finally getting Sugo Fest exclusive Kid, and also Hawkins as well, man. I was not expecting Hawkins to get a legend so soon, but like even his treasure map artwork, I even said when that first dropped that artwork looked legend worthy, and now we're getting an artwork of him with his big dude in the background. Really looking forward to that. And then also in the corner here, so this is the new ace that's available from the PvP Pirate Festival. He's going to be here throughout the entire duration of May, basically, and then once this current Pirate Festival concludes, the next one will begin. And it does mention that a new Sanji will be the new available character in the Pirate Festival. Obviously, we don't have any idea what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to be working well with these two new legends. At this current point in time, we don't know any information about Hawkins or Kid, but we could probably assume that if they're going to be on the same level as the anniversary legends, it's going to be pretty exciting. One thing I do want to note as well is, if you guys don't remember, last year on JP, they released Luffy and Law and V2 Big Mom as their 5th anniversary Sugo Fest. They had events surrounding that, and then like 2 weeks after the Sugo Fest came out, they dropped Sabo and Coalla, which was pretty much just as good as Luffy and Law, and they were so required for that month's pieces of content. It was ridiculous. A lot of people were upset around that time period, and a lot of players actually quit during that time period. So hopefully they learn a lot from last year, where if they're going to release a character straight after anniversary, which honestly, financially speaking, is a pretty good idea from Bandai if they want to get those whales to spend that dosh, and this is a pretty good way to do it, because like Legend Kid specifically is one that a lot of people have been wanting for a long time, and this is a pretty good opportunity to just shadow drop it, and people, after all spending their gems on the anniversary, they might want to go in for Kid. But on the alternative side of that, a lot of people who would try and summon for Kid normally won't be able to do so because they've just used up all of their gems on the anniversary Sugo Fest. And obviously we don't have any information about what the Sugo Fest is going to be like. Obviously this is very, very preliminary information right now. But I would assume that a Sugo Fest like this, debuting 2 new Sugo Fest exclusive characters, is gonna be at least a 2x Legend Rate Sugo Fest. Also, prior to the anniversary, releasing Snake Man, Blackbeard, Katakuri, Sabo, etc., they had the Shanks and the Arlong Legend, and they had V3 Rayleigh and Mihawk and Perona. Those 2 Sugo Fests specifically, prior to the anniversary, debuted with the 30 multi guaranteed character Sugo Fest, like with Mihawk and Perona and Rayleigh and all those characters I just said. If you did 30 multis on one of those given parts, you got one of those characters guaranteed. Now, if they're going to do it again with another Sugo Fest debuting 2 new characters, hopefully they debut some rare recruits along the way as well, but are they going to do the same thing? Is it going to be like 30 multis and you get one of them guaranteed? Because if they do that, I think some of those hardcore whales probably might do it. This is crazy. I still just can't believe they're going to drop 2 SugoFest exclusives right after dropping 4 SugoFest exclusives. It is absolutely freaking crazy. Now, what can we expect from this, right? I think that a lot of the kids in the game are centered around the striker class. That is something that could happen, though remember with the current anniversary batch that just dropped, a lot of them, or all of them really, have been adopting the super type meta. Now, I do think it's a pretty good opportunity to release another super type character, because remember, all of the anniversary legends, all of them were super type characters that either focused on strength or int. Prior to the actual SugoFest, they released all of those free-to-play Straw Hats. They were all Psi characters, and that free-to-play Luffy was a Psi type super type. So the only super type that they haven't got representation for in the game is Dex and Quick. Could these characters be Dex and Quick? They definitely could be. They could definitely be like a Dex and a Quick, or a Quick and a Dex, or whatever. Either one of them could be a super type character, and I think that would be a really good opportunity to once again push that new meta of super type, just like what they did with dual units. Dual units was a massive celebration even last year, the 5th anniversary with Luffy Law, V2 Big Mom, the entire batch being dual units. All the free-to-play characters throughout that month were all dual units. And then Sabo and Coalla debuted right after it, also being a dual unit. I think it would make a lot of sense if they released these 2 brand new legends right after the anniversary, both having a super typing. Though, honestly, another thing that would be really, really cool is if Hawkins focused on maybe a captain action, because he does have that special ability. I can't remember for the life of me what the name of this ability is, but he has that ability to summon that huge demon thing, which that could literally be like a captain action style of effect. I really hope that they try and get a little bit creative with these characters. Not like what they did with the anniversary. They just went with raw power for one specific color, and they deal a lot of damage, and they are very good, mind you. But I also think that going back and dipping into the creativity of the actual character, what the character does, what their Devil Fruit ability is, what are they capable of, and trying to incorporate that into Treasure Cruise characters, I think makes it for more enjoyable for the players. Like, even like when Legend Jack released, I remember a lot of people were kind of upset with the fact that he didn't have some sort of captain action to transform into the mammoth form. Despite that though, he is a very good legend, right? Legend Jack is very useful to have for that additional EXP. But I think that it would get people like way more hyped is if, number one, if the character is like extremely OP on the same level as the anniversary legends, or number two is if not only them being strong, but if they have some type of ability that kind of is a callback to what they are like in the manga / anime of One Piece. Another thing as well is that a lot of people were kind of predicting that for when Kid first dropped as a legend, potentially he might be like a dual legend with Kid and Killer. If you guys remember way back when we were able to vote for a dual legend after the World Clash, Kid and Killer was one of the characters that we could vote for. However, the winning vote for that was Neko and Inu, and that obviously came into the game. The very good legend to this day. But people kind of thought that, you know, if they're going to do that, maybe they've got it in the back burner for later. Kind of weird that they didn't introduce that now. But either way, I'm still pretty excited for Kid. I think Kid is definitely the more hype character compared to Hawkins. But we could be definitely mistaken, you know. They could definitely release Hawkins with some crazy OP ability. Maybe like he blocks all damage for multiple turns or something like that. Maybe that's his super type action. When you fulfill your condition, you launch his super typing, his color all becomes super type, and maybe you block damage for a turn or something like that, as well as applying something else. I don't know. But what could Kid really do? Realistically, what could Kid apply? I have no idea. I don't know how you would apply his type of abilities into the game. Maybe he does lots of end of turn damage for one turn. I have no idea. Though I feel like they shouldn't really try and copy too much of his other characters that have been into the game. Like, you don't want to try and make him just a buffed version of Coliseum Kid, because I feel like Legend Kaido already does that, right? So I don't know how they're going to do it, man. I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to do. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section with Legend Hawkins and Legend Kid. Which of these characters are you more hyped for? Also, let me know, like, what do you think their abilities are going to be as well? Because that's going to be a very, very big component, and kind of a deciding factor as to whether or not people are going to summon for these characters. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I just cannot believe they're going to introduce 2 of the most sought after characters to get legends in the game right after the anniversary where everyone spent all their gems. And I've already talked about it as well, but, you know, this is good for the whales because the whales are still going to do it, but for those people who don't spend money on the game or don't spend as much money on the game, they just won't have the gems available to do this. So, you know, are they going to just give more free-to-play gems throughout this event? We already know with the upcoming treasure map against the Luffy, there's lots of free rainbow gems given out there, lots of point rewards, you gems. Every single day that you play the treasure map, you get 2 additional gems, so that should net you an additional 8. And there's lots of gems in point rewards as well, so I don't know how this is going to play out. I am excited, though. I am super excited to see what they're going to do with Hawkins and Kid. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Once again, massive shout out to @DBHypeX on Twitter for posting this screenshot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.